Hey, it's Eomorphosis right now. I don't only play Call of Duty, but I also play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I'm a nerd, but I don't care. All your haters could troll on me or whatever. Fuck you. Anyways.
Haters gon' hate.
Yep, you tell them. This is a deck profile of my Formula Monarchs that I'll be running at YCS in Dallas on February. And here's the lineup. I run 3 Swap Frogs. This card's good because when it's summoned or special summoned, I can dump a water monster, which most likely will be Treeborn. And especially, I just got to pitch a water monster from my hand. I can use this bounce effect to bounce itself or a monster on my field. I run 2 Treeborns. This is the main engine of the deck. Whenever I have no back row, you can special summon it from the graveyard. Easy tribute for all my Monarchs, and also a 1-star tribute with Fishboard to get from the Synchron, which is the main draw power. I won 1 Fishboard. I used to run 2, but then I decided just to run 1 just so I could add more monsters into my deck when I need. And most likely if people have DD Crow or let's say a Kaiku, most likely their targets are going to be Treeborn because that's your main engine. I run 1 Ronintonin. He is just a temporary special summon by removing, let's say if I have a Swap Frog or a second Treeborn graveyard, just remove it from play to special him. Most likely I can defense. There's another tribute fodder. Here's another engine. 2 Gen X Undines. Whenever he's normal summon, you can dump any Aqua monster from your deck graveyard, so it can either be Treeborn or Fishboard. The only bad thing about Swap Frog is that you can only dump frogs into the graveyard, so this helps you get Treeborn. Fishboard into the graveyard, and you also can add Gen X controllers into your hand, which you can use to pitch for Fishboard Blaster or use it for when you use Alert. Alright, now to the Monarch lineup. I run 3 Kaias. Probably the best Monarch in the whole fucking game. I mean, if it's tribute summon, you get it from play and then you can attack into it. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about that card. 3 Ryza. This card, when it's tribute summon, you can select one of your opponent's cards and put it on top of their deck, kind of putting them in the -1 for draw power, and it's attack for 24. That's pretty much anything, and it also helps you get rid of synchros. I run 2 Mobius. Since Heavy's banned for a while, I run 2 Mobius to get rid of 2 cards in the back row. I do not run MST in this deck, as you will see later into this deck. I mean, pretty much if Heavy's banned, people are going to be setting shit in back row as much as possible, so he would be a good choice. And of course, you gotta have the 3 faders. Stops battle phase, stops from your opponent, like if your opponent swarms the field and try to attack you for game, drop a fader, like oh fuck, and then it also gives you an extra tribute for a Monarch if you say you don't have a Treeborn or a Ronintonin in the graveyard. Next, 2 Stardust Dragons. This card is really broken. Once people see you bring him out, all they can think of is draining, and it will screw up a lot of your opponent's plays and all that stuff. And when it's destroyed either way by battle card effect, it will blow your monster field, and you get a special summon monster from your graveyard. So I mean, it's as if you're not even losing a monster. I run 1 Jinzo and 1 Vanity Fiend. Jinzo for people that are trap heavy. I mean, pretty much you have the Jinzo on the field. You look at their expression and they had some kind of good back row, like a Deep Prison or a Torrential or Mirror Force and all that good stuff. Vanity Fiend. A lot of decks right now they special summon. This deck too, but I mean, this card might screw me a little bit because of Treeborn and Ronintonin and Fishboard, but most likely your opponent will try to think of a response to get rid of this guy, and then I'll just keep poking him for 24 most of the time. Alright, and we got 1 Dark Dust Spirit. This guy's like a walking torrential tribute. Every time it's tributed, it destroys all face-up monsters on the field, and most likely you can attack for 22, and then its effect, it bounces back into your hand. So I mean, if you have Treeborn, you can keep Dark Spirit unless they bottomless it or all that good stuff. And for the last one, the mouse lineup, I run a Gores. I mean, there's really nothing else. We say Gores. Gores wins games. You can pretty much just set it down after they attack, and then like, oh no, oh fuck, what to do? I mean, it's just a good card. I do not run Tragodia in his deck because I just don't like Tragodia. I mean, I may have, you know, hand advantage into this deck, but Tragodia isn't just something I wouldn't like to use, even though it does have a good effect to take a monster. Alright, for the spell lineup, 2 soul exchanges. I mean, you're running Monarchs, so I mean, you might as well have 2 soul exchanges to tribute your own opponent's monster. I used to run at 3, but then at times I would always use 1 at least to tribute for Fishborg, so then I jump down to 2 econs. I mean, you have, you know, what my friend says, Fishborg shenanigans, standby, Treeborn, econ, take their monster, tributing Treeborn, and Treeborn still comes back because it's still the main phase. And I don't know, it's just a good card to have. 2 noblemans. I run noblemans instead of MSTs because if you hit a trap card, say a Deep Prison or a Deep Prison or a Bottomless or something, they have to remove all the copies from their deck also. And this deck does not run any traps at all, so you do not have to worry about the effect of nobleman in this deck. I think I'm running it at 3, but 2 is working fine. Allure, draw power, pitch controller, pitch Gores. I mean, you know the works. Draw 2, remove. Foolish, nothing really to say here. Dump Treeborn, Fishborg, swap, run Tonin, a whole good deal. Cold Wave. This card this is just completely broken. It stops your opponent's plays. It gives you anything you need to work it out and all that stuff. I mean, it just wins. 1 Pot of Avarice. Your graveyard will be piling up from all that's tributing and all that stuff, so you gotta have a Pot of Avarice to at least put back your Battle Faders, your Monarchs, maybe a couple Swap Frogs, and you know, and then draw 2. Hopefully you get those monsters back. I'm thinking of bumping this at 2, but 1 is really good right now. And last but not least, you know, 2 important staples: Monster Reborn and Dark Hole. Dark Hole, I don't know why they brought Dark Hole and Monster Reborn, honestly. I mean, Monster Reborn, you could easily, if someone like tarantulas you or something, you could easily reborn a random monster and then tribute it for a Monarch or something. Dark Hole is just, I mean, if you really need to clear the field, and that's like the only way to do it. I mean, there's nothing really easy to say. I mean, that's pretty much my whole deck. You know, like my Gurmat. I'd do that. It's pretty.
Grr.
I mean, that's really the whole lineup. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want me to see change, reply to this video, and yeah, that's it. And yeah.
Bye bye.